Are you not interested in sharks at all? Because
I don't think they're interested in us either.
No, they're not. But what I mean is like,
Respect sharks.
I'm addicted to shark films, to be honest with you.
I like Shark Week.
Yeah, Shark Week's good. Deep Blue Sea, do you remember that?
That's pretty funny.
That's a good film, right?
Yeah,
one of the greatest film deaths in all time, Samuel L. Jackson,
Sam.
when it comes out the thing.
Yeah, try to put some battle armor.
The Meg, did you watch that?
Yeah.
Did you like that?
It is also crazy. Rides the line between shit and fantastic.
That's my favorite line. That's my career.
Hi, I'm Thundercat, and I'm going to be on the Romesh Ranganathan show.
Shut up, Romesh.
My guest today is a double Grammy-winning musician from California. Rolling Stone named him one of the greatest bassists of all time. He's worked with Kendrick Lamar, Pharrell, Mac Miller, and many, many more. I'm going to try and play it cool, as I'm genuinely a fucking huge fan of yours. It's Thundercat, everybody! Dude, you're one of the best, man.
Thank you.
I'm just going to get this out of the way, because I have to say it, right? I think Drunk was when I first got into your when I sort of came across you as a solo artist. I just think I'm going to gas you up for a bit and then we can have a proper chat, right? But I think the way that you cross genres, I think the way that you blend both being so tight with feeling so loose with what you're doing, I think the humor and the honesty that the line that you walk between those lyrics, some of your songs are really thought-provoking. Some of your songs make me laugh out loud. I think you're an incredible artist, man. And that's why we wanted you on the podcast. I just think you're amazing. You're amazing at what you do. One of the reasons I wanted you on the podcast is I just think I think you're massive, but I think you should be big. I would do anything I can to make you as big as I possibly can, man. Like I just think you're brilliant at what you do. Everybody should know about you. I genuinely believe that.
Thank you.
A while ago, I did a thing on BBC Radio 2 called Tracks of My Years. And they asked, you choose a song for every day of the week and you talk about what moment in your life and why you like what you've chosen this song. Dragon Ball Do-Rag was a song that I picked. And I talked about it, and I talked about you in the way that I'm talking about you to you now. And then the Tracks of My Years came out or whatever. And then about 2 months later, it made me so happy, man. I was in Birmingham and I was just getting ready to go and do a tour show. I'm a stand-up by trade. So I was going to do a tour show. I got to the train station and this 65-year-old white woman came up to me and she said, Romesh, can I just speak to you for a second? She goes, I have to tell you this. I said, what is it? And she goes, I love all your stuff. She goes, I love all your stuff. She goes, but the reason I want to speak to you is you did Tracks of My Years. And she goes, and you recommended a guy called Thundercat. And I said, yeah. And she goes, I had no awareness of him. I didn't know who it was you recommended. She goes, I listened to that song. I loved it. She goes, I love Thundercat. She goes, you brought Thundercat into my life. I've got to be honest with you, man. It made my day. Made my day. But anyway, I just wanted to get that out of the way, man. You're brilliant. You're brilliant. Is it? How are you hearing stuff like that?
I don't know. I just try to keep playing bass. Keep playing bass. Yeah, I learned one thing while I was here. I played the bass. I got that part down.
Yeah, you really did.
It kind of.
Yeah. Oh no, yeah, you're doing all right. You're doing all right with it.
You can't have it all together.
Yeah. Now we always start the podcast by giving a gift to our guests.
Oh.
And I know that you've got. Obviously, you can tell now you've got style is important to you.
Oh, yeah.
So we thought you're either going to like this or you're going to hate it. That's full disclosure, okay? We got your hat. Now, we know you like Japan, so we got you a ramen noodle soup hat. Now, this is where I want to ask before you give me any feedback on this hat, there are some moral issues here, okay? I'm fully aware of that, because like myself, you're a vegan, right? Yeah. We're both plant-based.
Yeah.
And it's chicken noodle soup hat.
Hey, the memories, I think the reason why I'm laughing so hard is you haven't been broke until you've tried to really zhuzh.
Zhuzhing.
Yeah, you're oh, let me dress up this tire I'm about to eat.
Yeah.
And I think I have had some of the funniest moments in life. trying to judge this specific. Like, if you haven't almost wound up in the hospital, you're not doing ramen noodle soup right.
No.
Like, if you're digesting this,
Well, it's got a shelf life of 3 millennia.
yeah. Just not inside of you, but definitely outside of you.
Yeah. Outside, 3 millennia. Inside, what,
Yeah.
17 minutes?
If I think the one thing that I take away from having eaten too much of this is like, if you want to see your pee turn real thick, there you go.
So there you go, man. That's for you.
Yes,
that
the
is
thick
for you.
piss hat. Oh my God, dude.
The thick piss hat.
Yeah. I definitely have almost wound up in the hospital.
You
yes.
pulled it off, man. It actually looks good on you.
It
looks
thank you.
great.
Thank you for the ramen hat. This is great. This is a reminder of
Welcome to Thundercat and words you never thought you'd say out loud.
Yeah.
He's just said thank you for the ramen hat. I mean, you can wear it, you don't have to wear it, but that's
I'm wearing it.
You wear?
I'm wearing it.
We actually have a plant-based option. Do you want me to wear this?
You could have that if you want.
I don't know if you wear baked beans. Have you come across baked beans?
I do love beans.
Okay, but that you very specifically did not say baked beans.
I do love baked beans.
Do you?
Yes, I do.
Do you really?
I love baked beans. Look here, I'm a very flatulent man. I enjoy my fiber. I enjoy a good fart.
Yeah, me too. And they're funny, right?
No one's beyond farts. I don't feel like technology has driven us too far. I feel like you let that shit out.
Yeah.
Sorry, excuse me. I don't know if it's okay.
You can swear. You can fuckity fuck.
Fuck.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, no, good fart joke never fails.
So listen, I'm coming to see you on tour. You're doing a European tour. How are the preparations going for that?
I'm all right. I would like to think I'm okay. I got, that's kind of where I'm at right now. I'm just ready to play. I'm ready to try not to divulge too much personal information with in between songs.
Is that a habit of yours?
I think I think it exists. I think as a songwriter, your personal life is somewhere in between those lines of there. And, there's just, I was always told to be honest in your music. So sometimes, there is a line of too much information, I think.
Do you think so?
But I enjoy the jokes. I do, because it does, sometimes I know it does translate like humor. So
yeah. When you go and watch an artist, obviously you've got a lot of what they're about from their music, but it's nice to actually get to know somebody, right? And often in between songs is when that happens.
Yeah. This next song is about my fourth wife leaving me. I hate you, Sharon. And then it's like your number one hit record.
What are European crowds like compared to American? Do you feel like there's a difference in response? Like, what's it like?
I feel like people here really love the pay or like how you show up. I think in America every now and again, somebody goes, "Shut up and play Dragon Ball Durag." It's just that happens.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I personally, I think there's different qualities in each aspect of it from America to here. But I think I've spent so many years of my life touring here in different shades and gradients between Erica and Suicidal and stuff like that. So it's a different experience. And I think the fun part is to see, for me personally, is to see the people and, see the type of people, that come to my shows. And I just love them so much because it's hilarious. Because every now and again, somebody will be like, I think the never ending joke is that there are girls that like my music. It's always like with my friends. It's like, you're a jazz musician. It's kind of like, a bunch of dudes with their arms crossed. Like, you're no Alan Holdsworth. It's like, okay, buddy. You know what I mean? But then it would be like, my friends would be like, there's girls at his concert. And it's like, that's pretty, yeah.
And what's it like in America right now? Britain, we're fascinated about... we're looking across at the States going, it feels pretty funky right now.
Yeah, it's a bit it's interesting. The environment's a bit weird right now in certain respects, but I think it's always very much like you know, art will still thrive. Things will still, you know, it still goes. But also things are meant to change. And I think that's what's happening in many different directions. So be it good or bad.
Well, I think like, I guess, you know, when things push in one way, then inevitably you get the reaction to that.
Yes,
and that can be positive, right?
Absolutely.
You're from a musical family. Were you always going to be a musician?
Definitely, like growing up in a house of musicians, it was kind of like, you will be a musician. You know, there's moments that pushed me in that direction. But at one point in life, I also did want to be an illustrator. Or like, you know, I grew up around not just my family being musicians. Most of my friends were musicians.
Right.
So, and that kind of shaped it too. So kind of like I saw the joy in it because even as my friends that like to hang out and play video games, they also like making music.
Yeah.
So we never really separated. My mind never really separated from it. It was like when I turned away from it, I'm still facing it.
Yeah.
And a lot of the time that also was very informative to how I would progress in life.
But when you said like if you're always going to be a musician because you didn't end up becoming an illustrator as you wanted to, or not, you know, you thought about it, end up doing music. What does a music career look? What did you think it looked like for you? Because actually, the career that you've got now probably didn't feel like it was ever on the cards because you're a bass player, right? And the, you know, even the bass players that influence you, it's all about providing the spine to that thing. And
it's like, shut up, don't play too much 4 strings.
Yeah.
You know?
So what did you think that was going to be for you? Like when you were, did you have an idea of did you just want to play for a band, or was that the ambition?
In a nutshell, I'm pretty sure I saw This Is Spinal Tap when I was about 14.
Yeah, really?
There's moments like I remember, like the moment I realized I could get paid to play bass.
Yeah.
You know, and it was like, what was like peak for me? It was like, you know, we got a gig, you know, and it's like, it's $100. And I was like, I can go buy Marvel cards. I was like, hey, Mom, don't ever cook for me again. I clearly can feed myself. Like that happened like.
Did that happen early?
Oh, yeah, that happened early. I was like, I'm a man, Mom, I'm making money. She was like, shut up. And I was like, Mom, stop cooking for me. I ate when I was out playing music. And I brought my own comics. I don't need any of your money. I don't need an allowance. Leave me alone. You know, but that was, you know, that's the joke. But it's like, no, the reality of being a musician hit really early for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I just knew that was what would come.
And then
whatever came with it was what existed for me.
But then, I mean, I feel the same way because when I grew up loving stand-up comedy.
Yeah.
And then when I started doing it, I don't think anything, regardless of whatever TV I've done or whatever I've done since then, nothing matched the feeling of paying my grocery bill through doing comedy, right? I don't think anything's added to my happiness.
That was peak.
That was it. I like, you know, and I've had things happen to me since that I felt good about. But if you're talking about the immediate increase in my sense of fulfillment, nothing.
Purpose.
Paying for electricity from telling jokes, it felt incredible. I just could not believe it, man.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what you're talking about, right?
Yeah.
Like, just that thing of
also not getting paid it's pretty, because it's like the pain of it. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
It's like I take myself serious. Like I will sacrifice for this, and then it's like, am I being sacrificed for this? Like that's kind of.
Well, you got to switch that. You got to switch your mindset a little bit, haven't you?
Yeah. It's like you got to choose it on purpose.
But then what happened? Because so how did you? Because the transition from playing in bands, you're in Suicidal Tendencies, and you did work with various artists and stuff. To become, now as I look at you now, fans of yours, you couldn't be anything else but the front person, you know, like the whole way you are. So at what point, when did
I'm
you...
like useless otherwise.
Yeah, I think so. No. But do you know what I mean? Like, I feel like you've got that vibe about, you know, that, you know, when you listen to music now, it doesn't, you know, you just go, this guy's supposed to be his own artist, right? So at what point did you start to, like, did the goalpost move for you? What point did you start to think, and was that difficult, I guess, making that change?
I think I've talked about a few times where, like, Flying Lotus was literally like, you should sing. And I was like, okay. I was like, well, since you put it that way, I never thought about that.
Why did he say that? What was what had made him say that?
I don't know. I think he just saw something.
Yeah.
He saw something, and I trusted him. And I still
So you
trust
weren't
him.
sure. You weren't sure about it at that point.
Well, it was like I still remember the moment because it was like it's pretty wild, emotionally. I know it was whatever it was, but I think that even regardless of what was going on, he just was like, "Hey, you should try this," and I didn't say no.
Yeah.
I just was like, "Okay," and I was like, "I don't know what that means for me, but I just would do it," and. In the earlier moments in my career, my friends didn't even know it was me singing. They would be like, "Who is this?" And so, like, I would find myself in the moments, weird moments with somebody where they would be talking to me about me, but didn't know it was me.
Right.
So I've been really listening to Thundercat. I'm like, this would be one of my good friends, and I'd be like, "That's me." Like, you're talking about me, and it'd be like, "What?" He's like, "Oh, you're playing bass," because a lot of musical friends are like, "Oh, you're playing bass," and I was like, "No, that's me singing." And it would be like this moment for, and early on it was like really weird because I was not known as that. I was very quiet. I would like be to myself and would rather be drawing or like, So when it showed up, I didn't shy away from it, and I leaned into it, which is also its own kind of like insanity.
Because I think there's an argument that your music is difficult it's tricky to define, right? And so sometimes when you're doing something that is sufficiently different, people struggle to figure out how to process it, right? Did you find that when you first putting out your stuff? Was it universally people going, "This is great," or was there some kind of friction in terms of what you were doing?
Oh yeah, it was definitely friction. Because of where it came out with Brain Feeder, everybody at many points and thought I was a DJ, especially in the beginning. Then the introduction of like an intense live playing, it was sometimes I would hear it every now and again, like, this is really a lot. You didn't know what to process in 2 hours of just full on, just, insanity.
Yeah.
And then every now and again, I'm talking about my cats or like some broken heart crap.
Yeah.
But I think it balanced out as time progressed because again, I feel like nothing makes up for the live experience of something. And just in general, regardless of me, it's like on a personal level, even when I think about experiences and stuff, like when you go out to go see concerts and stuff, there's performers and then there's artists, I think. And there's those worlds definitely meld every now and again, or all the time, where it's like, again, where we have an amalgamation like pop. But at the same time, it's like, a Nick Drake or like a performer versus an artist. I think that it's just one of those things that I love the notion of being able to see something live. Because that's the ethos of what performing is. So be it artist or performer, you still have to perform. And I think that my whole life has been spent performing. So it as the seamlessness of it, I think that I would like to see that. I just hope that that's what I'm providing for somebody, that they want to see what that is.
And then do you feel like, because obviously in your live shows you go off, right, and you're kind of really kind of going for it, right?
Yeah. Sorry,
you do, right? And
I hope so.
Yeah, you really do. And so what's is that, because the thing is about I'm really interested in the relationship between a record being tight and you being technically proficient, and then cutting loose and doing, there feels as a non-musician and somebody has no musical talent whatsoever.
I don't believe that.
You don't believe that?
I believe God gives everybody something.
Okay, but the relationship between like being really technically proficient and then being loose, how does that? What's your attitude towards that?
Something that's kind of resonated in my mind always is that nothing makes up for time spent. When it means like practicing or like just spending time sitting and doing some said things or like learning and trying to do things of this nature. But I think that because I've spent a lot of time with these things, like, again, growing up the way I did, it
like
just
hammering on your craft or whatever.
Yeah. it kind of makes it a bit easier for me because once you get to speak the language a bit better, you can communicate better.
Yeah.
And be it like it's meant to be the intensity of improvisation versus like the songwriter versus the the psychedelic versus all the different things and aspects that these things can touch and cover. I think that it's just time spent.
Yeah.
Time spent and learning to flow and be open with those things are like no different than anything else. It's like, you get to play when you know more.
Yeah. And
the flowingness of it just kind of feels like what Bruce Lee said, just be like water, but you can only do that when you have the language of it.
Do you, because sometimes I went for about 6 months, I became obsessed with flow state, right? This whole thing of like, just being completely in the thing.
Yeah.
And then it's so difficult to create that, to get to that. And what you said, time spent is like when you read anything about that kind of getting into the flow, and by flow state, I mean, you're just doing the thing without thinking about doing the thing, right? And it feels incredible. Do you get into flow state regularly with music?
I try to do that in life. A lot of magnesium helps.
Okay, this is a good tip. Because
hydration and magnesium,
those are the keys.
Some sea moss gels, some minerals that help.
I don't think I've experienced it that much. Even doing a stand-up as much as I have, I've had a couple of periods where I've been on stage and I'm like, it feels really good. It feels like everything I'm saying is a punchline, right? And then as soon as I become aware of that, it disappears.
Then it's like it locks up and then you freeze in that state. And,
So look, magnesium and hydration. If that helps me, man,
I'm dehydrated now.
I'm fucking in. Me too.
Yeah, it's
me
definitely
too. Big up the dehydration game.
Man, it's just you could feel it in your muscles.
Yeah, and your lips start to.
Yeah, I've been licking my lips for like.
Yeah, and you start getting a bit. You can feel yourself getting grumpy. All that shit.
There's water there.
I know, but I don't want to. I'd rather talk about being dehydrated than hydrated.
I would
Do you know
keep
what I mean?
it going.
Yeah. Like, let's just see how far we can push this.
Do you know what I mean? Yeah, licking your lips looks sexy until you pass out and hit your head on the counter.
Yeah. Now we've got a question from my mum. Now.
I met her downstairs.
Yeah, I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know what this question is. So
you're like a grape, it'll help hydration.
Yeah, thank you. But I don't know how relevant this will be. I don't know. So let's see.
Hello, Thundercat. I am Romesh's mom. I have seen videos of you performing and you have so much confidence. What are your tips for being confident and advice you have give young people for dealing with bullies?
Dealing with what?
That question is a roller coaster. She's seen you performing videos. She's seen you in videos performing.
Yeah.
I think she's got so much confidence. Have you got any advice for children to deal with bullies?
You can sue them.
Right.
You can sue somebody.
That's a good tip.
I don't know. I grew up in an era where my mom would push you out the car to go back to fight. If you're getting bullied, she'd push you out the car and go, "I'm not letting you in the car until you go fight." I'm not gonna say get out the car and go fight.
Yeah.
No.
I don't know if this is worse or better than what my mum did. My mum saw me getting into trouble at school.
Yeah.
She got out of the car and started attacking the guy with her handbag. Fighting the guy for me. Now, obviously, in the moment, I felt gratitude.
Yeah.
Socially, I'm a pariah. You don't really recover from that.
Yeah, your mom jumping out the car to beat somebody is pretty intense.
And then everyone going, "Oh, good, is your mum around?"
Yeah. Yeah. No, that's a good point of getting ripped on. I don't know if I had any advice. You guys need to watch some Chuck Jones, Bugs Bunny, and Daffy Duck. I don't know. I think they're different. It's like just be smart.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like I said,
Bugs Bunny, most of the time he would outsmart sort of Elmer Fudd by
all the time with a gun
right?
pointed at his face. Exactly. Exactly.
It mostly seemed to be cross-dressing from Bugs Bunny.
We want to talk about ahead of his time and groundbreaking and Bugs Bunny was. He switch it up on you real quick, really literally and figuratively.
Really quick. 1 minute you're angry, next minute you're aroused.
What
the hell's going on with that rabbit?
Sexy bunny. Good Lord, what are we doing here?
I don't know, but I would say
out-sex your bullies?
Yeah.
Out-sexy the bullies?
Yeah, out-sexy the bullies. We'll just clip that up and put it out. And I imagine some of the schools over here will start using that.
Maybe just sue them.
Yeah, sue them. Yeah, don't threaten legal action, but
threaten legal. But don't.
Yeah, but don't threaten it in the moment.
Yeah.
Now you talked about
put a banana on the floor. I don't know, like
it's good. What banana?
The banana on the floor gag or something.
Yeah, that's good.
Buy an air horn. I don't know.
That is actually good advice.
We're like bright neon colors.
I don't know. If you go to school with bright neon colours and an air horn, I feel like I don't think that's going to turn attention away from you. Who do you want to beat up? Maybe the kid in neons with the air horn? Yeah, let's fuck him up. See how many times he presses the button while you're beating the shit out of him.
I don't know, get a life alert.
Yeah, we just found him on the floor. His neon's been ripped off him. There's an air horn up his ass. I don't give you any responsibility for this. I got bullied. The question was ridiculous.
Yeah, no, because I definitely got bullied.
I got bullied.
What did I get called? What? Yeah, I'll never forget. I think I grew up. Somebody called me Sweet Cheeks like my 9th to 11th grade year.
Sweet Cheeks.
Yeah, I'm happy I have a beard now. I'm happy my beard grew in.
Yeah, I didn't have that kind of problem. Actually.
Yeah, no, it was like every now and again I could have also maybe like there's that moment in life where it can go either way. It's like I could have or could not have had a belly button, kind of built like a Barbie doll with no genitals.
Yeah.
And it's like I had a round face and really big eyes, and I would get mistaken for a girl without even trying. Like people thought, like, this is a real thing. This is a real thing. And my first girlfriend could attest to that. They just thought that they thought we were like, oh, you guys are lesbians. And I was like, I'm a boy. It was a real thing. It was a real thing. Kamasi would probably tell some stupid stories too of what he had seen growing up. And so, I don't know. I got called Sweet Cheeks all of high school at the most violent high school. The most, like, Locke High School, like, there was, like, my graduating class was, like, 20 people. Yeah. That's not a good thing. Even if it was well-versed in many things, like music and the arts and this, having a graduating class of 20 people, like, it was, and I just getting called Sweet Cheeks from 9th to 11th grade, and you could hear it, it was one guy that was, like, I was afraid for my life. Other than joining a Crip gang, I didn't know what I was supposed to do. I was like, I am not Sweet Cheeks. And I would turn, do I look like my name should? And but I was so used to that. So I was just kind of like, I knew not to let it bother me. Yeah. And by that time I was already touring too. So it was a part of me that would be like, sir, you say what you may, but I am going to Germany next month. You will be hanging out behind the school at a liquor store. Like, know your worth. I mean, maybe that's who it.
There you go. There we go. We got there, didn't we?
There we go.
We got there. Know your worth.
Yeah.
Come on. This episode is brought to you by Tilda Rice, the UK's favourite rice brand. So my idea of a perfect Friday night is curry at home. Aubergine curry, big pot, loads of sauce, proper basmati rice. It's a ritual in my house, the kind of meal that brings the whole family together and turns staying in into an actual event. Some people go out on a Friday. Good for them. We've got a curry on. But here's the thing, if you're going to make it properly, the rice actually matters, and that's where Tilda comes in. They've been at this for over 50 years. They age their basmati for up to 18 months, so it cooks up properly fluffy, and they remove inferior grains during milling specifically to avoid that dreaded stodgy texture. They mill around 16 billion grains a day, which is genuinely more effort than I put into anything. And if a curry isn't the vibe, or if you want something quicker, they've got over 25 ready-to-heat pouches. Coconut rice, spicy Mexican, Caribbean rice and peas, 2 minutes and done. The kind of versatility I honestly aspire to. Live like you mean it with Tilda Rice, in major supermarkets and at tilda.com. Can we talk about your fashion sense a little bit?
Yes. Well, no, yeah, sure.
First of all, you've seen Ben, you've seen John, you've seen myself.
You guys look pretty snazzy, I might say.
It's
he's really sorry.
But, when you dress as... what's the best way of describing how you dress? You've got your own look. It's an extroverted fashion sense, I would say.
Well...
I mean, your shoes have got toes.
I just thought, I should bring that into the photo.
Really good.
Just,
so when you see people that are dressed like the three of us, do you think, come on, guys, there's so many ways you could express yourself. what the fuck are you doing? You can be honest with me. We're unoffendable.
Why'd you bring us into it?
Well, by the way, of the three of us, I'm the most. I mean, at least I've got this bit of colour. But John's in all black, like he's, he's staffing a sixth form drama thing. What I'm saying is we're quite normcore, aren't we?
Yeah.
I think that's fair to say, isn't it?
Well, I go
like it's offensive to someone like you, isn't it? The way we're dressed.
No,
you can be honest.
No. I honestly believe that it's a chance to express yourself.
Right.
I was, again, like I said, the way I grew up with my parents and said things, and I grew up at when you could have an arts middle school or programs or this, that was very encouraging to be yourself. And even when I would see like a lot of my heroes as musicians and stuff, it was very much like be who you are, express, and I always have this feeling like, she's going to leave either way it goes. So it's just do you, man. I just genuinely believe, I think I remember some earlier moments, I'll joke with my mom about it where, I would be in the backyard, with a helmet on. It was a toy. It wasn't. Oh man, that was incriminating. No, but I would always be into the aesthetic of things. I think it partially comes from the illustration. And when you see a lot of your favorite heroes, or when you see, the colors in cartoons and stuff, I would always process it. I wouldn't see a difference. I wouldn't see a line between Sonic the Hedgehog and myself. I would be like, I am Sonic the Hedgehog.
Yeah.
Clearly.
So you would happily get the same shoes as Sonic the Hedgehog?
Absolutely. Right. And I think that when I first got introduced to the moments of my learning about myself was when somebody told me what to wear, and I would be like, no. Or I would again, here we go. This is why I say it's important to learn Chuck Jones, Bugs Bunny, and Daffy, because growing up as a musician, or growing up in church and playing jazz, there's always this notion of the aesthetic that comes with it. So at every formal event, somebody wants you to dress formal. From that to put a suit on because it looks respectable, or when people we want it to be it's got and I remember it's I feel like there's a video of the first and last time I ever wore a suit. I was it's like Catalina's Bar and Grill with Kamasi, and there's the one video of me wearing a blazer. That's it. That's the one. But it started with my music teacher in high school, Reggie Andrews. And he would always be like, okay, this is a formal, something. And I hate it whenever somebody would tell me what to wear.
Yeah.
It's one thing when your mom and dad do it, pull your pants up, sure. But it would be you can't tell me what to wear. And it was one of those things where I can hear you. I can hear what's supposed to happen. I don't want to do it. I was like, no. No. And even when it comes to how I would approach playing bass, it was kind of everybody would always want me to play upright all the time. It's don't get me wrong. Absolutely. Practice, play upright. But I feel like that's not where my road was supposed to stop or end, with these restraints that people would put on stuff. So sometimes things would, left alone to my own vices, I would show up in a fucking cape. So Mr. Andrews every now and again would be like, why are you wearing a leotard? But at least it was black.
Yeah. You thought you're getting in that. But then would you ever be too shy to wear something? Is there anything now that you wouldn't are there things that you think I would wear that if I had more courage to wear something like that? Or are there no limits?
I've always lived in it.
Really?
I've always lived in express yourself with this.
Because I get shit scared. I'll buy something and then I'll try it and I think I can't wear that out.
Well, in a way, I think that in a way, the funny way that it exists, the world has a way of meeting you in these places. So whoever you are and how you show up with it sometimes is I think sometimes when people make me aware of it, it's like you said, it takes me out of the flow state of it.
Right. Got you.
But at the same time, no, I've never cared. I've always been formal is relative.
Yeah.
It's, and not when you got guys like Yoji Yamamoto walking around. And, and Rick Owens and stuff like that. It's it's relative. It's what you make it. It's And I've been a great appreciator of these things forever. And I think it was instilled in me by my mom and dad.
It's great, man. I mean, it's worked out great for you. And I just hope we don't make you too angry the way we look. You've just put out 2 new songs, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is there a new album coming?
Yeah.
And the way you said yeah makes it seem like that it's there's a loose time scale on that.
Well, I think that things always change, and even like I mean, to be honest, yes, there's clearly music coming
At some point.
Yeah.
At some point there will be. There has to be, right? Well, it doesn't
Yeah.
have to be. You could.
It doesn't, right?
No, you could just
go
you
rock
could
climbing.
Yeah, and you could just whenever you feel like touring the stuff you've already done, you can do that, and then.
Well, I have been working on music. I think it takes a moment. It takes its own time, and a lot of the time, I think, especially in the world we live in with the streaming and everything, and how give it to me now, or like, shut up, bro. Where's the album? It's like that's it's an interesting way to but it's a good necessary thing at the same time, because it just reminds you to stay on your, stay focused, or I appreciate it, but also life has a way of informing you how to move. And I think that it's taken the time it's taken.
Because I just recently interviewed Jill Scott, and she's putting an album out after 10 years, right? And she was saying that she just had to go and live her life and stuff like that, and that whenever she was ready to put out music, she had faith that people were gonna come to it. Yeah. Does time exert any pressure on you to put music out, or do you really feel like whenever it happens, it happens? Is that kind of?
I've always looked at time as a construct. I never did good with tests, because I don't really do good in car crashes either, because I can see clearly because everything slows down.
Right.
There's a
nobody does great in car crashes, though, do they? It's very.
I'm sorry if I made it seem like anybody. Good job, bro. You did a good job.
Listen, honestly, most of life, I'm a fucking nightmare. But where I'm absolutely top of the game? Car crashes. That's when I'm coming to my own.
I guess better explanation of that is things slow down for me whenever there seems to be trauma or pressure or things or stuff like that. Things slow down in a way where if I had to compare it to a car crash, I can see clearly. I don't tense up. I don't really. My reflexes are really relative to what my brain considers fight or flight. It's relative, in a sense of oh wow, you didn't duck that at all, and that's what I mean walking through doors backwards sometimes. But I think that just also as in said processing, so does my music exist. Yeah. So it is what it is where it shows up, and a lot of the time, as I've always understood things like time. When it comes to nothing makes up for time spent, it's almost like it creates its own current, and learning to be okay with that. Because a lot of the time it's oh, now it's drop the album. It's my best friend just died in front of everybody, simply put. And it's also that was traumatic as hell. So it was cool. Let me, it's I couldn't. Life had a way of telling me to sit down and be okay sitting down. It doesn't matter if there's money. It doesn't matter if there's an album. It doesn't matter if, the tour, oh, we need to get this together. It's I had to sit with that. And it's not to make it so dark, but it's that has nothing to do with an album. That has everything to do with life and learning, and from that to the decisions. Everything is not a point of exploitation or selling or even though it may seem that way. And again, we don't knowing that we really are, us as a whole are bad about letting artists grow old and or letting them change and grow or process and learn, because you want that microwave burrito real quick.
Yeah.
Here's but it could be the undoing. It could be, again, being made aware of these things can be like insanity for somebody. And to try to keep up with yourself when it comes to this as compared to being able to sit and think and process it. That's how you got to where you are anyway.
Yeah. We've got a little game for you that I hope you like. We play it every week. It's called Misquoted, okay? I'm going to give you 3 real quotes from you and 2 fabricated. And it hopefully leads itself to some discussion. Now, full disclosure, when we started doing this, how long ago did we start doing this podcast?
Since September,
Since September. So in September, I was very opposed to this.
Yeah.
Now I'm kind of on board with it. Okay.
Is that because oh man.
No. Listen, it's not. I'm not saying you're not going to get cancelled off the back of this. If anything,
are you sure?
If anything, we'll both get cancelled for the Bugs Bunny stuff.
It's been a great ride, hasn't it?
Yeah, hasn't it just? It's misquoted. So here's your first quote, and you've just got to tell me if it's true or false, if you said it or not, in your belief. I don't give a fuck about TikTok.
I'm pretty sure I've probably have said that.
The Times 2024, you said that.
2024?
Yeah.
TikTok was around then?
Yeah, and you were already angry with it.
Yeah.
Well, no, you weren't angry with that. You're indifferent about it. You didn't give a fuck about it.
Oh, you know.
What's your... Do you not like social media? Or is it just TikTok in particular?
Well, social media overall, it's just like everything is everything is something on social media.
Yeah.
You know, everything. It's like it's so encompassing where it's like, and it's also like nowadays they're putting what's it, modified cornstarch? What's that one thing that keep maltodextrin? It's like the ingredients they're using to do it, you can't even turn it off in your brain. It's like it's like it's meant to be this, just you can't even blink anymore. Yeah. And it's getting to that. And even though that has its pluses, it's also some negatives to it. Yeah. So, are you on socials personally? Like, will you doom scroll? Oh, I think it's the inevitable. Like, my feed has got to be the most gnarliest feed. Anytime I send somebody a video, they don't send me anything else like this. It makes it think that I like stuff like this. It's like I just ruin my friends' feeds with the worst. Yeah, no, it's good. But fucking up their algorithm, I get it. I'm very selective how I pick and choose my battles of what stuff is, but I've always felt like if it isn't fun, it's the worst thing ever. Okay. But I could own that. I probably is 2004? 24. 2024. Yeah. What year is it? 2026? I mean, it's all relative. 2 years ago, that's like, fuck TikTok. Fuck, sure. Yeah. Fuck TikTok, man. Fuck Instagram. Unless you're watching this on TikTok, stop scrolling and check out the Thundercat episode. Okay, we've got you're 1 for 1. Congratulations. Here's your next one. The reason we love guys like Dave Chappelle and Jim Carrey is because they bare their soul. It's the same principle with music, especially with jazz. You're putting yourself out there. Oh, I definitely said that. You did say that. I did say that. It's even to a fault, no matter what the case is. It's like I take that. I would think that that's something that even in comedy is a real principle where it's like if you're not being the honest who you are with it and are willing to take the tomato in the face for it, you're not doing it right anyway, right? No, I think that's true. You said that in The Guardian in 2020. I think being honest is like it sounds so easy, but it actually isn't that easy at all. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, you get cussed out for it. It's really hard. Yeah. Obviously, I'm a Mac Miller fan. I think that's one of the things that's so magnetic about his music as well. Is just that the level of honesty about how he was feeling and stuff like that is pretty incredible, man. You don't need me to tell you, but like I've seen some moments with Mac. Even when it came to interviews and stuff where like, you see the way that the questions would be poised or like these moments. And it was like, even though those things were open books for him, and I could see moments where it would be like, good Lord, the world and how it'd be complicated, talking to him about drug addiction and stuff. And I'd be like, this good Lord, it's like he hasn't even gotten to 30 yet. Yeah. And I hated to see it, but at the same time, it's like, he poured his soul out while he was here. And that's a complicated thing for anybody. you know, a lot of the time of like learning to be honest about how you feel, and the reality, realizing, like somebody said to me at one point, the truth is nuanced, because what the truth is to you is not the same truth to somebody else.
Yeah.
And navigating those things will always be complicated, I think. But and everything from get you in trouble to, you know, but at the same time, I think even my mom would probably say it, where it's like, I would rather you tell me the truth, you know. And but it took a lot probably to ask too.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying? It's like
Yeah.
it's a double-edged sword. It's like it takes somebody a lot to ask. So consider that with said truth when it comes to this stuff.
Yeah.
And I think that, like, again, with mediums that we use, like comedy and music, your truth is nuanced.
Yeah, it is. And the other thing I think is, you know, sometimes when you're creating something, I always feel if you feel slightly uncomfortable about sharing it, you're probably in a good place, right?
Oh, yeah. Or if you can laugh.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, here's the next one. You're 2 for 2. Congratulations. There is no prize, I should say.
Well,
Oh, there. I mean, you get.
I got my ramen hat.
Yeah. My mum wouldn't buy me the toys because she thought I'd fucking destroy them.
Not destroy. Worship them.
You've
I grew up in
nailed this.
church.
You have nailed this.
Yeah.
So we took a quote that you said and we adapted it. So the real quote is, my mum wouldn't buy me the toys because she thought I'd fucking worship them.
Yeah, I grew up in church, and you know, idol worship is not acceptable.
No.
And at the same time, you know, in a very interesting and truthful way that's understandable, you know, based on history, but that's not again, like that was like, it's hard to see the line with, I guess, like a kid of a very obsessive nature, you know, that stops breathing for a second, you know, like it doesn't really scream at pain or like, you know,
it's terrifying child to bring up.
Many moments my mom would have, like, I think she always reminds me of this story of like where we lived in Detroit for a small period of time, and it snows in Detroit, and you know, I guess I would just kind of wander off you wouldn't have to go catch me from walking in the street. But there's one instance my mom always reminds me of that I'm clearly not old enough to remember, where I'm sitting out on the porch in my underwear while it's snowing. And they couldn't find me for a minute, but I'm just sitting on the porch. And I was playing with a truck. And when they found me, I was just still sitting, but the truck is moving way slower, and they're like panicked, like, oh my God, he's about to die freezing. But I didn't make any noise. I just sat there and was like,
That's handy.
This is fine. I was like, ooh,
that's
cold.
helpful for a parent.
Probably concerned about my hyperfixations.
You are obviously are Thundercat. How big a Thundercats fan are you?
I mean, there's seeing the original cartoon, and then there's knowing that the 2 reboots of it, and then, you know.
Yeah, what did you think of the reboots?
I'm gonna say this across the board about cats in space. That's not. I don't think these kids are interested in cats in space. They're more interested in in WAP and, like, you know, BBLs and like depression.
Yeah. So you were a Thundercats fan.
Absolutely.
Who's your favorite Thundercat?
Favorite?
Yeah.
Ooh, see, like, everybody always goes Panthro because he's black. I'm just like, it's Dad off the Cosby Show. My favorite line, my favorite Thundercat was Jaga, because he was already dead on arrival.
Yeah, he couldn't disappoint. He was a ghost from the top.
He was like, I could help you, but only so much.
Yeah,
and it was like, he was cool. I like the color. It was like this weird translucent blue. You know, with said, you know, it was like glowing, but like, you know, and then learning of, like, he was Lionel's dad's best friend later. It was just kind of like crazy work. So Uncle Jaga.
Yeah.
You know.
Ben, who's your favorite?
Chitara.
Yeah, she was, no, Chitara was pretty cool. Did you ever see the episode where she fell in love with a pharaoh it would jump through mirrors, kind of gaslighting her basically, and just left her alone at one point?
No. I haven't seen it since I was like, 6?
But there's the part where the realization basically that the Thundercats was just like an orange cat, Lionel, basically getting his head trapped in a bag. He's always getting caught, and then pointing a red laser at the wall, the sky, and all the cats come chasing the laser. And I think I wanted to run in traffic after somebody said that. I was like, that is the dumbest. And also, think about it. I was like, Thundercats, ho. And then there's like this big red light comes out.
Yeah.
And then all the cats
they all gravitate towards.
They all get really corpusculent, and then they just like chase the laser. And who's Mum-Ra?
No, but I mean, in that.
Who's Mum-Ra in the bigger scheme of things?
Yeah.
Of that?
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe a car? He represents the car.
Yeah, I guess so.
The street.
Okay, here's your next one. You are 3 for 3.
Ha! Sorry,
No, it's good.
Got lost.
Everyone tells me stop calling your cat sexy, but I'm like, she's a sexy cat. Did you or did you not say that?
Yes, I did say that. The reality is, Tron is very sexy.
Okay, you are 4 for 4. We've got one more. My bass is my soul. Did you say that or did you not?
No, I couldn't have said that. That feels like that sounds like a. It sounds like the album cover would be me on the beach with my bass looking off into the sunset. I don't think. Did I say that?
No.
Thank you. Good Lord. Oh.
You said my bass is my crutch, but the best crutch I could have.
No, I didn't.
You did. 2013.
I said that?
Yeah.
2013?
Yeah.
What the hell was I thinking? What was I thinking? What is that supposed to mean? Like my bass is a penis? Cause no, you
A crutch, not.
I mean,
I think it was crutch.
Crutch. Good Lord, I mistake crutch for crotch. I was like,
that's two very different quotes.
Yeah. Bass being a crutch versus a crotch.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, bass is more than a crutch. It's more, again, it's been a tool. You know? It's like I said, it's always been all encompassing for me. I write from my bass, hiding behind my bass always, it's like the role, like we were talking about earlier with the role of a bass versus like, the role of a bass player always being somewhere between, hey, that's not a bass to like, real bass players play 4 strings or like, going, you're playing too many notes. So you just go like, it's relative to the success of what that is for you. And then at the same time, those are all points of learning and things that you should be knowledgeable and concerned about, and all these things about what you're doing, and and all these things like this. But good Lord, how did I mix up crutch and crotch? I mean, they're very close together.
Yeah, they are very close together, and also there's an accent issue. There's a language barrier here, isn't there? Right, listen, thank you so much for joining us on the podcast, man. It's been genuinely such an honor to chat to you.
Thank you for having me. You're an incredible
artist. You've been great in this chat. I had high expectations. You've surpassed them, so thank you so much, man.
Oh, man. Thank you for having me.
Guys, please give it up for Thundercats! Thank you so much for watching this episode of the Romesh Ranganathan Show. I've been told that some of you are watching this, enjoying it, wallowing in it, but you still haven't subscribed. That's mad behaviour. You're going to miss episodes. Very silly. So follow and subscribe to the Romesh Ranganathan Show on YouTube, Spotify, Apple, or wherever you get your podcasts. We drop new episodes every Monday and Thursday. On Monday, I'm here with amazing guests talking about their career, what they're up to, having a laugh with them. And then on Thursdays, I'm joined by my mum, widely regarded as the audience's favourite Ranganathan. And we answer your questions, your stories, and your family dilemmas. So I'll see you on Thursday when I'm back here with my mum, Shanthi. Send your questions and stories to podcast@rangabee.com. Voice note or text on 07731 623 355. We genuinely love hearing from you, and there's a good chance you'll hear yourself on the show. See you next time.
Oh, shut up, Romesh.